My people, I hope everybody had themselves a fine Monday. Do me a favor, man. Hit that like button down there, please. It would be much appreciated. And if you do, you'll automatically be entered to win yourself a bag of soldier worms. And yes, that is a bag of worms. Also, check out DNKKnives.com if you are interested in purchasing a new knife. And if you do purchase one from there, you can use this coupon code, BehindTheEdge10, to find yourself having 10% deducted from the total of your order. Today, we're going to talk about Kunwu. I have a Kunwu knife. Speaking of Instagram, here's my Instagram. Check it out. I wrote Kunwu, emailed them, and then also hit them up on Instagram to see if I can get a review sample. I have talked back and forth a few times with them. A couple months ago, he said he'd send me something along, and then wasn't able to, and then something else dropped. One of their other models dropped, and they weren't able to. But anyway, so that's not where this came from. This came from Metal Complex. I actually won it on a giveaway, believe it or not. Totally surprised me, and it's pretty rad. So thank you, Mr. Metal Complex. I appreciate it. This is the Kunwu Pulsar. It is an Axis style lock, L-Max, full titanium. And it is quite good. Surprisingly good. Now, I've been keeping up with Kunwu and what they're doing as a brand. And they're just dropping tons and tons of stuff here lately. And a lot of the stuff that I've seen just looks like it slaps, man. I have to say, they're doing a really good job so far as I can tell. Especially on the amount of models, the steels they're using, which we're going to get into, and the quality of the knife itself and the materials, and they're keeping the price where it should be for a Chinese-made knife. This knife, particular knife, is $180, and that is a good price, in my opinion. All right, so in the box, we have the tool, which is T8 and T6, one set of extra Omega springs, then another set of extra Omega springs, a cleaning cloth, and a really nice felt-lined pouch, which is not where I'm going to keep a knife, but it's still a cool thing to have. I mean, you can put your jewelry in there if you're, or slide your knife in there before you put it in your bag or your suitcase if you happen to be going out of town and you want it to be somewhere where it's not going to be scratched up. The box itself is magnetic. Looks pretty good. Yeah, not bad. $180. What does that get you? It is a 3 3/8 flat grind. Very, very sharp, nice and sharp, very thin behind the edge, crown spine, multiple opening options, and I'm sure you can open it with the bar lock itself. Also, your bar lock has these titanium, for lack of a better word, buttons. Sorry, I can't get to focus there. So that's cool. They are tapered a little bit to where when you put your fingers, yeah, it's comfortable. Pretty good. The only other Axis or bar lock style knife I have is this one. And it is an excellent knife, but this can be, if you're just sitting there flipping your knife and fidgeting the hell out of it, this can get a little bit uncomfortable after a ridiculous amount of time flipping your knife open, driving your wife crazy. So let's go ahead and put this up against this for size comparison. This is basically the same size as a Griptilian, but it is the Ritter Hogue. Put it up against a paramilitary or a pair 3, sorry. I would have got all kinds of comments. Actually, that's a pair 3. So there's that. And a paramilitary 2. So full-sized, let's call it a medium-sized knife. But plenty big enough for me. Ergos are fantastic, and I really do mean that. Jimping feels good. It is minimal. We have a titanium backspacer with a giant lanyard loop. Probably one of the few things I do not care for on this knife. It is left or right-handed carry, and it does have a filler tab for your pocket clip whenever it's switched back either way. T8 pivot, T6 everything else. Not bad at all. So Transparent Knives did a good video about Kunwu as a brand. I would recommend going and checking out his video. He is in more contact with the owner of this company. They talk back and forth quite a lot. And one thing Transparent Knives talked to him about was the heat treats on the steels. And they're using stuff like LMAX, VanX, M390, ASP60, which is a high hardness, high wear resistant tool steel. So they're dabbling in a lot of exotic stuff. And he actually tested his Pulsar, which is LMAX, and I can't remember the exact pop on it, but I think it was 61, which is not the highest LMAX could be, but it sure as shit is not the lowest. But they are running their ASP60, 67, 68 Rockwell, which is exactly where it should be and which is awesome. They're running their VanX higher, and they are running their M390, 61, 62. Now that is not 100% proven, but he did Rockwell test the Pulsar, and the LMAX was, I believe, 61. You know, it's above 60. I believe it was 61. So that's not bad, especially coming from a Chinese OEM. So apparently the owner actually cares about what us as knife purchasers, users, and enthusiasts care about. So I have to say that's pretty cool. The fit and finish is excellent. It does have steel liners. They have been milled out. They are also nested, so you don't even notice them. All the hardware is stainless as well. The pocket clip is a bent titanium pocket clip. A lot of their models have a wire clip, which I'm not exactly a fan of. The action is absolutely bananas. It is free floating, so that's good. Yeah, I honestly, I can't find a thing wrong with this thing. I like it. The texturing on the titanium is fantastic. Feels great. Yeah, I like it. I thought I was not going to like it. I really can't find much that I dislike. It is number 325 out of 600, but I'm quite sure they've made more than 600 now. This might be the first run. I'm not 100% sure on that. But we will just see. I would like to get a hold of the Chad, the Kunwu Chad, because that's the one that they're running in ASP60, I believe. And then I'd like to check out the model that they have in VanX, which would be freaking awesome. I am still going to continue to be in contact with Kunwu to try to get some more models in, because I have to say I like what they're doing. I do love the choil. That choil is almost perfect. Your plunge and all that is fantastic. It's perfect. You'll get a crap ton of sharpenings. You'll never get a smile there. Yeah. Oh, and the lockup is crazy rock solid. I can't even force it anywhere. No stick after I do that either. I would like to see a lot of different finish options. Maybe a DLC. Full DLC or gray wash, black wash. Just maybe see some more options. Maybe Damascus backspacer and stuff like that. Of course, that's going to jack the price up a little bit. And I'm not really into the fancy stuff that much. but it wouldn't hurt to throw out options for other people. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have had any Kunwus and how you like them, dislike them. What do you think about them as a brand? I tell you what, they're being very competitive with their pricing. Most of their knives are below $250, if not all of them. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if they can do it as a startup company, freaking we can do it also, and all the others. You know who we're talking about. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Probably end up giving this away one day. The next Patreon giveaway knife will be this pair of 3, and then I'm going to give away the cool Gerber on the channel as well, and probably a couple other things. We'll see soon. So if you're interested in that, like, subscribe, check out Patreon. There'll be a link in the description if you'd like to get in on the more premium giveaways. All right, make sure you're nice to each other. Don't be a piece of shit. Be nice. Love each other, and I'll see you next time. Later.